can we all agree that maybe we overcorrected when it came to the censorship, when it comes to like appealing to advertisers? And this isn't one of those videos, like, don't worry. It's not one of those videos where I'm like, my freedom of speech is being violated because I can't call somebody a slur while I'm on my shift at Walmart. It's not one of those freedom of speech situations. It's one of those, I was reading a tweet and I was kind of mind blown that the creator of said tweet censored the word Holocaust. And mind you, they didn't even like do a super good job of it. They put an asterisk where the O is. They censored one single letter from the word Holocaust, but they felt like they needed to do that. And this isn't like a new thing, right? Like people are saying she unalived somebody. She unalived herself. He was a PDF file. She was raped. But I've even seen like posts where somebody's like, this guy shot another guy, but they just put an asterisk where the O is. So it almost kind of looks like it's saying this guy shit another guy. But that's what is going on now. Like we've overcorrected in order to please the advertisers. It's too much. See, the thing is, like, I'll say like online, the adpocalypse that happened on YouTube was probably like the first big thing, because obviously censorship has been a thing in television, right? And in music and on the radio. But the big like push on the internet was when PewDiePie was on that bridge, man. And he whipped out that hard R. And then all the other stuff he was doing dressed up in certain paraphernalia. But the thing about that was, it wasn't so, because a lot of people they lost the plot. They thought that PewDiePie was the main reason why the adpocalypse existed, when really PewDiePie at the time, when he whipped out that hard R on that bridge, just kind of shunned the light onto everyone else on YouTube. And then advertisers kind of realized like, oh, it's like not just like this PewDiePie thing, you know, where he might be joking, who knows? There's like legit people. There were legit people on YouTube back in the day that were just like full on some like Hail Himmler type stuff, you know. You can't quite say his name. I don't want my video removed from the platform. But they were saying stuff like that, and you know, those are pretty, like, if you're Coca-Cola, right? You're probably seeing a video like that and you're like, I definitely do not want an ad for Coke to play before this video. You know what I mean? But I feel like we've overcorrected to an annoying degree. Like when it reaches the point where you have to censor the word Holocaust, and not even in a good way. You got rid of one letter. I could tell instantly what word it is. Just because you took out the O doesn't mean that I don't immediately know what the word is. That's the crazy thing about it, is every time I see PDF file, I'm not picturing, like at this point, it's crazy. Because in my line of work, we see a lot of PDF files, actual PDF files, not people, like Adobe PDF files. And so now every time I see a PDF, I'm like naturally thinking of grown men that are attracted to young children. That's what y'all flipped it. See, when I used to hear the word, like you heard one word and you always heard that. Now we're tying it to other words. I want to unalive this person. And the crazy thing is some people are still saying the same things they were saying before, but they're just like adding in Minecraft at the end, you know? Like we reached a point where we're like, hey, the death threat thing is not cool because it's just too hard to tell. Like, don't get me wrong. I've gotten death threats playing video games all the time. 99% of those people most likely didn't mean it. 1%, they might have really wanted to kill my ass. You know what I mean? 99% of them most likely did not mean it. But it usually didn't matter. But, you know, the whole, like, death threats make some people feel really uncomfortable, right? But the thing is, like, the new form of death threat is to just still kind of leave the threat, but then imply that it's in a video. Like, we all know it's real, right? Like, when we see Holocaust with the O removed, we still, like, in our heads, think of the Holocaust. Like, what is this censorship for? Like, in case a kid accidentally scrolls through Twitter and sees it? Trust me, they'll see much worse on Twitter nowadays. You think them accidentally seeing the word Holocaust that might be the line. Look at the way Kanye's tweeting. Like, your child probably follows Kanye. He says all kinds of crazy shit. He says much crazier shit. And I'm not calling for him to be like banned or whatever. I don't really, I don't want to get into it because I'm just going to piss people off. Like, why don't you want people to be banned from platforms? You should always be calling for somebody to be banned from, like, don't get me wrong. I'm, everything that's going on with Kanye. A lot of times I just kind of wake up and I see a tweet he tweets. Usually my reaction is, God damn. And then I just kind of move on. I realize that we live in an age where you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to post like 10 tweets about how personally bothered you are by it. But it is kind of crazy that there's people censoring that. And then there's just Kanye going crazy. That's another thing that's been interesting. I was told that I would not, like, it'd be hard to hear Kanye. I have a lot of Kanye on my playlist. Okay? I'll be honest with you. I didn't take it all off. I know. I'm an awful person. Some would say the worst. But you would think that Spotify would be like, oh, this Kanye guy, we've got to severely limit, with all the stuff that Kanye is talking about limiting whether or not people are heard. Spotify Shuffle sure does love to play like 5 Kanye songs in a row in a playlist that has over 1,000 songs. That's all I'm going to say, For somebody who's being silenced, Spotify didn't get the memo because they play, like, ever since Kanye's been acting crazy, they've been playing Kanye way more than any other artist. I don't know what it is. It could just be my luck, but it's kind of amazing. Over 1,000 songs on that playlist in particular, and there was a period where he played 5 Kanye songs in a row. How is that even possible? Kanye makes up such a small percentage. How can that even happen 5 times in a row? Now we're losing. We're getting all lost. It just seems kind of crazy because obviously Kanye can do whatever. Like, Kanye can say crazy shit. He'll still be very, very successful and rich. Meanwhile, you've got like journalists, professionals writing up a story and they're like, should I call this guy what he is or should I label him a PDF file? That way we can still get ads. Disgusting.